What's going on, guys? Thomas here. Right here in this box, I have the Atomos Shinobi II, which is a camera monitor that I am very, very excited about. The reason that I'm excited about this monitor particularly is because it has touch functionalities which should work well on my Canon R5 Mark II, which I'm shooting on right now. Now, if you've used a monitor before, one of the things you may have experienced is that cameras nowadays have touch autofocus. They have all kinds of on-screen controls, and using a monitor to film, not having that touch control kind of breaks the fourth wall and makes you feel, I don't know, it disorients me, having to use my screen to do touch screen stuff but still monitoring the actual footage on the monitor. So we're going to unbox this monitor right now. I'm going to compare it to some of the other monitors that I have, and I'm going to talk about the features that I'm most excited about. And then in a future video, some point, I'm going to come back and we can see how this monitor actually performs. All right, so as you can see here, we have the Shinobi II. Box looks nice. Shinobi II. You gotta cut it open. So here we have it. The Shinobi II. Box feels pretty good. So right off the bat, it looks good, like it. Brand new monitor, love that. So let's talk about a couple of the reasons I decided I wanted to get this monitor. The first one is the touchscreen functionality. Being able to change my shutter, change my aperture, do all those things on a touchscreen will be just super helpful, especially if there's times where I have someone helping me film, right? Imagine you have someone helping you film and you want them to change a couple settings, but they don't use your camera system. Now with this touchscreen control, I can say, hey, change the shutter to this, change the aperture to this, and there will be a dial sitting right there that they can look at and use. That is gonna be huge. Not sure how it'll work out, but I'm pretty excited. So I need to actually go grab a battery for this, and I'm gonna grab one of my other monitors, compare some sizing. Okay, so I now have in front of me 3 different monitors. I was gonna have 4 monitors, but I am using one of them right now to film this video. So tough luck, you're not gonna be able to use it. Unfortunate. So what we have here is, this is the Shogun Inferno monitor. Shogun Inferno is a 7-inch monitor. It is honestly, it's been amazing. It has an SSD. I got it initially for my Sony FS5 Mark II back in the day. It allowed me to shoot 4K ProRes. It also allowed me to shoot 2K 240 frames a second, which was kind of a big deal back in 2019 and 2020. Pretty cool. Now this camera shoots 8K 60 internally. It shoots 4K 120 internally. Kind of obsolete if you ask me. I don't necessarily need it for the same functionality. It's still a great device. I still use it often, but it is very large, and you can see that when you can compare these 2 sizes right here. I mean, comparing these 2 monitors, I mean, it's night and day different. So when I'm using a setup where I want to be on the move, I want to be running and gunning, it's on a gimbal, I don't want a monitor that is this big. It is cumbersome, it is heavy. I mean, this thing has to weigh probably 4, 5, 6 times as much as this one. Now, this is a very cheap monitor. I don't want to call it just cheap company, but this is a cheap monitor that I bought one day on Amazon. It was $60, I believe. I got an ad for it. I needed a monitor. The monitor that's right over here is a 7-inch as well. So I had 7-inch monitors for, you know, cam operations on a big tripod, steady stuff, but I didn't really have anything for run and gun for simpler setups. So I saw this, it popped up there. I was like, why not? Let me go ahead and just give it a try, you know? And honestly, is it bad? Like, it's not that bright. So this monitor right here is 1500 nits. This one is not. So filming outside was pretty difficult. And I would say it also just wasn't that accurate, like color-wise. I didn't really feel that it, you know, performed the way I needed it to. So I know one of the things I need to do with this monitor right now is I need to check the actual firmware. I know there's new firmware, and let's just go ahead and power it on really quick. I do like that the HDMI is on the back. So like right here, you see you have the HDMI. I love that that's on the back. It also has a USB-C outlet on the back right here, and that is for camera control purposes. So you can stick that in the camera, get that camera control going. So as you can see right here, the monitor is on, looks pretty good already. There is no input. I need to go ahead and update it, and I will go ahead and give you guys an update once I get a chance to actually use this monitor in the field. Been waiting all day to open this. I needed to film this video, and I had a couple meetings and some other things to do. So I'm actually very excited to test this monitor out, plug it into my camera, see what it can do, get the new firmware, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video when I let you guys know what I think about this actual monitor. So far, so good. It is significantly smaller, and I feel pretty comfortable using this, you know, just on the camera, on a gimbal, things like that. There's a mounting point here on the bottom. I'm assuming it has a flip option. I will say this monitor right here has a mount on the bottom and on the side, which I did like for vertical content. However, with a magic arm or something like that, you can get away with pretty much anything nowadays, so that's not a deal breaker. Yeah. So far, it looks pretty good. I'm excited to test this guy out. So catch me on the next one, and I'll let you guys know how it is. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to filming content like this, talking about these kind of gear. I've been filming for about 5-6 years now. I've been doing photography for even longer. I've never gotten to the point where I was like, let me make a YouTube channel, but I am here now. So you guys are early subscribers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. The main things I'm interested in doing is filming my life and the things that I love. And on the way, I want to show you how I do that. The gear I use, why I'm shooting certain things, how I make money sometimes. I mean, the real goal is to just travel and film, you know, what we do and kind of make that that's the end goal. I want to make little films about traveling, about my life, about all the different things I do. So how I'm gonna do that, I am not sure yet, but I do know that the vlogging side of things, talking to the camera, doing all of that is important. Sorry, my phone is going crazy right now. I've got a few things on the books. But yeah, so thank you guys for checking out this video. Again, I will be doing tips and tricks on camera gear. I'll be filming myself in the field, vlogging about various trips and travel and how I film and capture content. I'll be talking about gear that I use, why I use it, just generally the business of being a photographer, videographer in a major city or anywhere you're at in 2025. So yeah, thank you guys for checking this out. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.